I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast. It's the E3 2018 Day 1 and Day 2 recap. Just a reminder before we start the show that you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, YouTube, and Vero at Rated G for Gamers. You can always email us at info@ratedgforgamers.com. We appreciate all the love. I'm your host, Dave Rattino. This is my co-host, Dan. I hope you had some coffee because the conference has just ended and it's very late at night. Robinson.
What's going on, man? I'm up, baby.
Yeah?
All right.
I'm
you want to talk
up
about dedication?
too.
You want to talk about dedication?
Mm-hmm.
I was 3 states away. I came back and I'm here. I saw all the conferences. I'm ready.
You came from multiple states away. Came all the way back here. He said, "Are you still up to record?" I said, "Yeah, I'm still up to record. I am many cups of coffee in. We are up. We are ready."
You had many cups of coffee. I had many beers. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Yeah. So we're, I guess, ended day 2. Just ended. Bethesda's conference just kind of closed out the end of day 2. So we are going to get into EA, Bethesda, and Microsoft. Those are the 3 big conferences that went down so far. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it. We're going to kick it off with
the best conference of the weekend.
I
can't even say it.
Oh, get out of here! The best conference of the weekend. You kidding me? We're gonna go and start it off with the EA conference, which I think we can both agree was a little bit of a snore fest.
All right, but before we get into that, it's going to be the same structure as last year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll talk about each conference, and then we're gonna this is rated G, baby. We got to give them a rating. We got to rate each conference at the end.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
All right. So EA, it was on a Dave scale. It was
And the low end or and the high end?
And on the low end. Listen,
it was definitely on the low end.
We're gonna have to change the scale. We're gonna tweak the scale a little bit. Okay?
Whoa, wait. I made the scale, and now you're gonna go and tweak the scale?
We're gonna tweak the scale. We're gonna do okay. That's the high. That's on the high scale, and we're gonna do All right, so that's on the low. All right.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
And This was a hard I think there was one game that kind of saved it. Well, maybe like 2 games. 2 games that really saved it. Everything else was pretty by the books, I think. Not too many surprises here whatsoever.
Well, they came out the gate, with Battlefield 5, right?
They did.
They talked a lot about the multiplayer.
Mm-hmm. They made it a point to say no microtransactions whatsoever, even playing field across the board.
That was the theme of the whole conference. No microtransactions, right?
Sure.
No loot box. Well, no microtransactions. No loot boxes.
Well, they didn't mention loot boxes whatsoever. They didn't. I don't think they even really mentioned microtransactions whatsoever.
No. They said specifically no loot boxes. Like
right.
They said in Battlefield.
They did 5.
That, yeah. No loot boxes.
Well,
like
right. I'm talking about all the games as a whole. Like they didn't mention it for games that have it. Like we know that FIFA and I think even Madden is going to have like some sort of microtransactions in there, like Legends League or Premier League or like Foot. I think is the thing in FIFA, right? But they kind of downplayed that a little bit.
So, well, let's stick with Battlefield 5.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They showed a lot of multiplayer. They sort of left the single player, trailer. They said it was going to be on the Xbox stage, and we'll talk about that later.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that was pretty cool that I actually liked, not enough to get me into playing a multiplayer. But the thing that's pretty cool is now when you use a tank, you can use the tank and actually destroy. You can use the tank and just go through a house. So
Oh yeah, it's like Crackdown style, right? With destructible environments.
yeah, so you can't just hide in the house where the tank, if the tank can't maneuver past the house, it probably has to shoot the house. Now we can actually just run through the house because it's a tank. That's how tanks are.
Right. Depending on how the house is built, of course. Tanks definitely have some wall busting power, which is fucking great. I can't wait to run my tank treads over some Nazi opponents and just crush them. It's gonna feel so good.
Are you gonna play this in multiplayer?
It's gonna feel so good. Yeah, man. I am not against playing multiplayer. I love it. I will definitely play a couple rounds. I don't know if I'm gonna really be able to dedicate a ton of time to it, because as we'll see when we go through the rest of the conference here, there is a lot of good games coming.
Well, they did mention, as all games will with their multiplayer, they will have a battle royale mode, right?
Yep, because everyone's doing that nowadays, so no worries there. They still have single player, and they kind of made it a point that there's a full single player campaign and whatnot. They're not going to do what Call of Duty did, so by all means, put your battle royale in there. It's not, they're calling it what is it, the grand mission or something like that?
Yeah, and we'll hear more about that later. Like they didn't really get into great detail about that. They had this weird thing where they're focused on streaming, right? They have this streaming cloud service that they're working on.
Well, it's basically a way to get more money out of the players, and you can play the games early. You get like EA. I don't think it was like the Origin thing, or it was part of the Origin thing with this new you pay a little bit more and you can play the games ahead of time. Right, and then you can. Well,
that's Origin Access Premier, right?
Origin Access Premier is the new thing, yeah.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You can just download the game straight to your hard drive, no wait. You just have to wait for
it
to download.
Yeah, Madden, FIFA, and Anthem will be on that.
They're gonna kick that off, and it's coming out I want to say it's coming out this year, right?
Well, they said soon. It's the emphasis on soon, so I'm sure they want to kick it out as early as possible, but. We'll see. Streaming is, as we can see with PlayStation Now, is not something it's the future, but it's not here yet. I mean, Games Pass is the way to do it. A Games Pass style where you actually pay to have the service every month and you download it, so it's not really
that's right. This is like straight streaming, so you can play the game right away. And then everything just gets streamed to your whatever you do gets
whatever device,
yeah.
And they held this initiative that this is the future, streaming games through any device, right?
And it is, and I think you're right. I think it is still a little bit early. People are going to dip their toes in the water and probably fail, and so we'll see.
Of course, we had to get we got the Madden trailer. We got the FIFA trailer. We got all the sports out the way. We got live, right? I'm a big live fan. I want to see how the gameplay is, right?
Right.
The live trailers always look pretty cool,
every
year.
So you're definitely a little bit hyped, right? But you don't know what's new. You don't know how it feels.
I don't know how it feels. I'm sure, like they do every year, they'll have a playable demo, and that will be the litmus test if I buy the game.
Right.
So I didn't like the demo last year. That was horrible. I need to be able, and getting off a little tangent real quick. I know sports games isn't really our audience, or audience for like E3, but I love it when I can do a crossover and call for a pick easily and not have to do like crazy button combinations.
Right. So, right. You want to be able to shovel pass over to LeBron, right? You want to be able to
whoa. No, I'm not passing Jack to LeBron, okay? He can kick rocks, okay? Golden State all the way.
Wow, King James downgraded to a prince. You heard it here first, folks.
All right, yeah. Let's not get into basketball. Not LeBron fan. Okay, let's move on.
All right, okay. Let's move. Okay, wait. Let's move on to Command and Conquer, the franchise that I love.
Wait, if you were a Command and Conquer fan, guess what? You're in luck. It's coming back. It's not coming back to consoles.
Oh no! It's not coming to PC. No, it's
not
not mouse and keyboard
No,
support.
you thought it was coming to PC? It's not. Okay. Did you want a board game? Command and Conquer board game? Well, that probably does exist somewhere. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, you're yeah. So look. Command and Conquer's been dead in the water for a while.
I found I found a Command and Conquer game for GameCube at Goodwill maybe 8 months ago.
Oh, that was probably a Renegade, I think, or something.
$2, picked it up.
Yeah,
it was in a Blockbuster GameCube box.
It was okay. It was okay, that one. It was like a first person shooter one and whatnot. But yeah, they are bringing back RTS to mobile, which is great. Yeah.
Well, they were a little confusing because they brought people on the stage to play, but didn't say what they were playing. It's like, what is happening here? Why are they just playing a mobile game and like an RTS? Like, what's going on? And then we got the big thing, Command and Conquer Rivals, right? I don't think this is E3 conference. You know what? Maybe just show like a 30-second teaser. Right?
Yeah. They made a bigger thing out of it than I thought they would. But then again, they didn't have that much to show, so I think they were just trying to pad out the conference a little bit. It is an RTS, but it's very much a pared down light RTS made for mobile with mobile controls. So everything is tappable, right? There's little like hex grids that you move your things to. It looked okay. I don't think it's going to really satisfy any hardcore strategy fans. I am definitely going to big pass on this because I know there's going to be microtransactions in there. So they didn't say it, but I mean, it's a guarantee. It's a mobile game. It's free to play, Of course there's going to be microtransactions in there. So, yeah.
All right. Let's move on to a game that I actually didn't think it was that bad, I'm going to be honest. Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I beat the story.
We got some news. Yeah, we got some news out of Battlefront.
Well, one, they acknowledge it was a bad move. They did some bad moves with Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, they did.
Which I was pleasantly surprised that they admitted to it, right, on stage.
Yeah, I mean they ate some crow, and I think they definitely played it the way they should have. Like we messed up. We are sorry, and here's some new stuff coming out.
And then they said they, listen, they reworked the progression system permanently, right? But we get in an Ewok battle mode, right? If you're into that stuff, I like the Ewoks. I mean, I think I'm probably the only person playing to like the Ewok movie.
No, I'm with you too, man. Episode 6 is my favorite. That is not a popular opinion, but whatever. It's not. I mean, everybody hated the Ewoks. They're like, it's just for kids. I'm like, I was a kid when it came out. I'm sorry. I haven't.
Did you like the Ewok movie?
Let's not go that far.
I liked it. I was a kid. I'm sorry.
I mean, it was entertaining.
I'm much younger than you.
So it was entertaining. Looking back on it now, is definitely not a good movie.
No. And then coming this fall, they're gonna have like the Clone Wars. They said this is what everyone's been asking for. So,
which is interesting, but okay, yeah. I mean, I guess they have that animated Clone Wars TV series that's kind of doing really well, or did really well.
Well, it did really well. It's not on
Rebels
anymore.
Is the one that's going on now, I think.
Yeah, I actually really liked it. But I'm sorry it ended so early.
Well,
no more single player campaign, so I'm tapping out. I'm not going to play it. But
yeah. I mean, it's primarily a multiplayer. The single player was just tacked on because Battlefield or Battlefront, the first one, was just like, it's all multiplayer. Like, you can do some training missions to get you into the game, and that's it. But it was a very half-hearted attempt, I thought.
Well, what could have? I mean, listen. Yeah, this is cool. What could have stole the show? They did it the right way, and they absolutely didn't do it the right way. They did it. It was horrible. They announced a new Star Wars game in the worst possible way.
Oh yeah, I like totally forgot that they even did this. It was so brief.
So I mean, all right. So they own Respawn Entertainment, right?
Yeah, makers of Titanfall 1 and 2.
So Vince Zampella, who was the head of Respawn, was just in the audience, just chilling, and they were interviewing him, and he was just like, "Yeah, we're working on a new Star Wars game. It's called Jedi: Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Order. Yep.
It's set between episode 3 and 4. All right. And it's, sort of after they execute. What was the command that they kill all the Jedi? Was it 66?
Order 66, of course.
Order 66.
How could you forget?
So it's now they're hunting all the Jedis, like sort of a darker take on it. Mm-hmm. So when the game comes out, I think he said we'll know more in 2019, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, like they didn't have any.
It's coming out in the fall of 2019, I think.
Yeah, so they didn't have a trailer ready. They didn't even have like a logo up on the screen. Really, like it was. I mean, at least they could have had like some sort of CG footage or something, right? Obviously, the gameplay is not ready. They can't show that yet, but they're like, "Oh, this game is coming," Well,
come on, give me a cinematic trailer at least, especially if it's coming out next.
Something. So it has to be.
If it's coming out next year, we should get a trailer now, right?
Well, they said we'll know more next year, so I am almost thinking 2020, like Christmas 2 2020. I honestly think if we haven't heard anything about this just yet, like maybe we'll get some news like earlier in the year. Who knows? But
I don't know, man. I mean, this is the worst possible way to do it. Like, you shut down a studio and you canceled, a Star Wars game, single player
13, yeah.
Something that we all were looking forward to, right?
Right. Penned by the writer of Uncharted. Am I not wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong with that?
No. Amy Hennig.
Yeah, Amy Hennig.
She was creative director or story narrator. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. But I
think she was a story writer for Uncharted or whatever. She was
1, 2, and 3. She did a little bit of 4.
Yeah, which is like a fantastic pedigree. You make this fully single player game, or mostly single player game, I guess. Probably didn't have a strong or any multiplayer component. EA is like, how are we going to make money on this? Like single player games, no, it can't just be a single player game.
It has to have some type, but
right. So be careful. Temper yourself with this Jedi Fallen Order because it's probably going to have a strong multiplayer component to it. I hope it has a single player campaign as well. But again, we don't have any info on it yet.
And by the way, and just for the record, Star Wars 1313. Was the game that they canceled a few years ago. This Star Wars game was untitled.
Oh, right. Okay.
But we were looking forward for 1313 too.
I know. Looking forward to a lot of good Star Wars games.
There was like a Boba Fett. You play as Boba Fett, right? It was sort of an assassins. You're playing as an assassins in the Star Wars universe, right?
Yeah. No, it would have been great. That would have been great.
All right, so we got some of the bad stuff out the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna tell you some of the good stuff that I liked. I liked they revealed Unraveled 2.
Yeah,
which was
pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. It's cute.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Unraveled 1. Never got a chance to. I literally sunk hours into that game. I have to be like maybe towards the end, or I know I'm way. I literally have to be halfway through the game.
Mm-hmm. Almost at the end of the ball yarn.
If not more.
Right.
If not more.
Right.
If not more.
So the new one, which is super cool, and I know you're going to be about. It's got co-op now, which is awesome.
We can play. We can play
co-op, or you can do it. You can do it single player, a la Brothers, where you control 2 characters with one joystick. So that's kind of awesome. Looking forward to see what new mechanics they have in there.
Wasn't this? Was it? I think Unraveled was like an Xbox exclusive. If not the first one.
I believe it was.
I wonder if the second one is coming out just Xbox exclusive too.
Yeah. I'm actually not sure. We need to definitely look that up.
And then they had a cute little indie game, which was Sea of Solitude.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was a little confused, but it was super interesting, right? Because you're sort of like at sea and is exploring, loneliness. And it's just a weird sort of, and it's hard to explain trailer, to be honest.
Yeah, it was very much an indie game. It was definitely from a third-party studio, and EA was publishing, I think. I think that's how this is.
Well, you play as like a young woman named Kay, and she suffers from such loneliness that her hopelessness transforms into like some type of creature. And after the transformation, she's drifting in a small boat in this through this partly submerged city, and she encounters other monsters and she learns about what happened to her. And the game is sort of like, I guess, finding out how she got that way and exploring other emotions in ourselves. It was crazy. I was like, wow, like I actually, it was pretty cool.
Coming out of EA too, no less, right? That is like the last studio you would think that would have this like far left field game.
Well, they come out with some cool indie games. I mean, Unravel was like a sort of cool indie game. A Way Out, which we have to go back and beat together.
Oh,
right?
Is that an
cool
EA? Is that an EA published game?
They published that game.
They
make nothing from that, by the way.
I sure,
because that's on their indie program.
Right.
They help independent developers. They get nothing. So they do some good. They do good. Like EA does some good.
They do a little bit of good. Yes, they do a little bit of good.
So, and then last but not least, Anthem.
I know. We got
a release date. I'm shocked. We got a release date.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got a CG trailer and gameplay footage last year. We got even more in-depth gameplay footage this year. It looks awesome. I think one of the cool things is they said no microtransactions in this game whatsoever, which is good, and it kind of makes sense because they were saying like we're going to be providing new missions, new content, new whatever that can just like be dovetailed right into the game, right? So I think that's where the DLC paid. Like if you want like this pack, right? DLC pack 1 or whatever it is, and that'll have a bunch of cool new stuff that you can do. Like they're probably not going to give that away for free. But like it's good to see like you can't pay for a loot box or you can't pay for like I want to get this piece of armor. Like they're making you grind for it, So,
well, listen, it's sort of like it literally is the Division. If the Division married Titanfall. Right?
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
That is 100% what it is. Giant mechs, you can fly around like Tony Stark as Iron Man, which is awesome.
But the cool thing is you can make your own character, right? Mm-hmm. And the mech that you choose is like sort of like your ability, right?
Yep.
So it's not like you get stuck when you like in Destiny when you make your character. It's like you're or if you're like a mage or something like that. The mech is what you are. So when you go out in a mech, you can either pick, one that's about, that has lots of weapons. You can pick one that's like super fast and agile, or like that's the cool part of this. You're not stuck in just one class.
Right. So you can
always change class.
Right. Yeah, which is neat. I think it's going to be a game that we're gonna definitely play co-op.
We're definitely gonna play this. However, it's coming out February 22nd, 2019, the same day
man.
as Days Gone.
Yeah, we'll see. There is a bunch of games coming out Christmas too. There's a bunch of games coming out February. There's a bunch of games coming out February 22nd. It's gonna be a big day.
It's gonna be a big day. Mm-hmm. So, Dave, we heard some good. We heard a little bit of some boring. Mm-hmm. If you got to rate EA's conference, what would you rate it?
Oh, I'm giving this a big old S.
For what?
Old S for Snorefest. I was about to grab a pillow and fall asleep. I was like, okay, what else you got, EA? You got Madden? Oh, what else you got? You got FIFA? Yeah, it's a big old Snorefest, man.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. So, if you had to rate it, what would you give it?
I give it a rated S for stale.
S for stale. There we go. Yeah, we are muy simpatico. We were in agreement. EA conference, no good.
They could have did so much more. I mean, listen, I understand they had different audiences they were catering to, right? Because FIFA is huge, right? The basketball, well, maybe not live, but Madden is huge. Like the sports games are huge,
sure,
right? And
but I mean, that's coming though. That's not really going to surprise anybody.
No, I know, but you can probably do something separate for the sports, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe do a little mini conference to, maybe even do a direct. Don't even do a live conference. You go live when you're talking to the sports crowd, when you're talking about esports with Madden and stuff, right? Like maybe do that, but don't do a live press conference for like the games that a whole totally different audience wants. Don't try to mix it in, right? Because it's going to get stale.
Well, here's what I wonder. Maybe like Sony or Nintendo is like, we want exclusivity on this game. We want to show it at our conference. Like maybe they're holding some stuff. Maybe they're not showing their full hand.
Well,
probably
that
is
true. Well, that is true. I mean, look at Battlefield. I was almost say Battlefront, Battlefield 5, right? They were like, they showed off all the multiplayer stuff, but the single player campaign they left for Microsoft.
So that's our first conference in the books. We're going to take a quick break, come back, and go over the Bethesda conference that just ended.
And we're back. All right, let's get into the Bethesda press conference. I got to be honest. I was like, we sort of saw 2 leaks already, right? From Bethesda. What are they going to show? Like, why are they having a conference?
Well, the Fallout one was intentional.
Fallout 1 was intentional. Rage 2 wasn't intentional. That was accidental.
And they I think they did the best. They did the exact right thing with it. You said, you know what? Let's go ahead and lean into this. Let's confirm it, right? Canadian Walmart Canada already put the cat out of the bag.
You mean Canada? You mean E3 Canada?
E3 Canada? What do you mean?
Canadian Walmart, E3 Canada. Because
E3 Canada, yes.
They basically spoiled E3 for everyone.
Yeah. They kind of did.
You wonder why. And you wonder why they want to go all digital.
Yeah, right.
Why they want to all go digital?
Right. I thought it was awesome. They didn't change anything. They opened with Rage 2. They had Andrew WK come out on stage and play the which is now the theme song to Rage 2, which I thought was fantastic. They talked a little bit about the game.
It was good.
I'm pretty hyped.
I never played Rage 1.
Neither did I.
I have
the game
it.
was
It's
very
backlog.
I mean, it was very mediocre. It's not even worth playing, honestly.
Really?
It looked a lot cooler than it was, man. I mean, it's nothing spectacular. It's like a second-rate Mad Max game. This one I thought looks like it has so much more personality. They brought it back for a reason. They see potential in this as like a franchise. They ended up like making it the beginning part of their show, right? They got it
out the way. They got it out the way, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would not count this game out. I don't think it's going to be another mediocre game. It looks pretty solid. It's
coming out in 2019, right? It's not a 2018 game.
I believe it's a 2019 game. Yeah. It's not going to be out anytime soon. I don't know if it's going to make Christmas 2. I'd probably say summer or fall 2019, if anything.
You know what? I'm gonna say it's coming out Christmas 2. I think spring at some point.
You think it's going to be out spring?
Maybe spring.
Maybe.
It's a spring game. They had some Quake Championship, free to play. That was cool. I'm not a Quake guy. I'm not into that.
Right. I mean, I got a chance to play it at Penny Arcade when Bethesda, they had their own little mini like party that you could wait online to get into, and we got in and had some drinks, and I was kind of just talking to fans and other people and whatnot, having a good time, and I was like, I'm gonna go play some Quake Champions over here. It's good. I mean, it's very much a multiplayer game. That's exactly what it is. It's old school arena shooter. Definitely not your cup of tea, but I really liked it. I think it's going to do well.
Question is, will you play it at home? Will you play it at home? Will you buy this?
For the PC, probably, yeah.
Well, it's free to play from June 10th to the 17th, as they said. So
Let's see if I can get in on that beta. Yeah.
you have a week.
Yep.
You can pick that up if you want. Something that was cool that people definitely wanted, and I don't think there were any rumors about this other than the little teaser on Twitter. But we got a sequel to Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal, yeah. They hinted hell on Earth, just like the original Doom 2, aliens and monsters coming down, invading Earth. You, as the Doom Marine, will have to clean house and save humanity yet again.
Yet again.
They said they're gonna have double the amount of monsters that they did in the first one. So,
oh my god,
what do you mean? That's great.
Even more.
I know. Well, I mean, I think it's actually how when going from like Doom 1 to Doom 2, I think they almost double the amount of monsters. You know, they added like so much more to it. I'm looking forward to it. The first game was like fantastic, right? I think you had a real good time with it too, right?
I had a real good time having it on Xbox. Actually, no, I bought it first on Xbox. I have it for all platforms. I get it cheap, pretty much. I get it cheap for PS4, and of course, I had to pick up the Switch version because I had to support Bethesda because they were supporting the Switch. So
right. Well, good on you. Good on you. Yeah. I mean, that's a game I got to go back to play again. I had way too much fun with that game. All right.
You beat that game too, right?
Of course I did.
I mean, like halfway through. And
oh man. Yeah. I beat it, and I started playing it again, trying to get all the little extra trophies and whatnot. I think Doom 2 is going to be the same formula, just more of the same. Not in a bad way. I think I do it in a really good way. Amp everything up. You know, more weapons, better graphics, more monsters. You know, that's exactly what I want. I'm surprised they didn't call it Doom 2. You know,
get away from the numbers.
Yeah,
maybe. Internal. Do something different. I think we're going to see that coming up more so. Like, I think a lot of people are going to get away from the numbers, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in the Xbox conference when we talk about sequels. Something I knew that they were going to do. Prey. I knew like Prey came out. We were going to get new DLC, new mode.
Oh, really?
And we did.
Huh. That's interesting. You should have made it one of your predictions.
That would have been a softball.
Right?
I tried to listen. The predictions. I try to go out of this world and do some crazy stuff. I try to hit a home run. I want to hit a home run. All right. So
I thought Prey was done. I didn't think they were going to support it anymore. So shows me. Shows me. Not in any bad way. I just didn't think the game made that many waves. I didn't think it did that well.
You know what? They just came out and they just like, yeah, we showed Dave. Yeah,
yeah.
Free DLC, baby.
No, this is there's a lot of stuff to unpack here.
No, it is actually. One, I told you can download the demo for Prey to see if you even like it on Xbox.
Yeah.
It's first level.
I probably will. That's not the reason I don't have the game. It's just time. I know if I pick that game up, it's just going to get lost in the shuffle.
So you got like free update with new modes, new
three new modes, I think. Yep.
A new story mode, new game plus, and a survival mode. They have a new DLC called Moon Crash, right? It's sort of like a procedural generated. Right. Well,
everything's going to be random. The monster placement at least is going to be random. I don't know are the levels also going to be random?
No, I don't think the level. I think the monster place is going to be random. They do. You have a new single player sort of campaign in VR because they're bringing Prey to VR. What was it? Typhon Hunter? What was it? That's
yeah. Typhon Hunter is the new multiplayer, one of the new multiplayer modes, which is a 1v5, I think.
Yes.
And
you can play as a mimic. The players can play as a mimic.
Right. So like the 5 have a special ability. They can turn into anything. Like they have like a bottle of Windex someone could turn into or whatever. So it's kind of like a FPS hide and go seek maybe. You know, you have to kind of figure out where the people are. If there's like a plant sitting in the middle of the room and you're like, I don't think this plant was here before. Maybe take out your shotgun and See if it's one of the 5 hidden enemies.
Just imagine that in real life. Like, yeah, let me just take out the shotgun and shoot this plant.
What?
I don't know if this is real.
You've never had the urge to do that?
No, actually, no. I want to smell this. I want to smell the stupid plant.
Dan, you have not lived until you pulled out a shotgun shot a plant. Let me tell you.
Oh God, that New York.
Yeah.
But I'm more interested in that single player VR mode. Like that will get me to play this game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we know when that's actually coming out. Maybe sometime this year. I don't think they mentioned that. Maybe it's so late. Maybe I missed that. But
yeah,
I definitely
I'm pretty sure player the Prey stuff is coming out pretty soon. I think.
I definitely want to play that. The VR. That will get VR mode on.
You never played the first game.
I played the first level. I played the first level.
You did, and then you put it down. You're like, this game isn't for me.
I haven't played it in VR
what's going to bring
yet.
you back.
Let me play it in VR. Give me.
You're going to play it for like an hour and then be like done with it. I know.
Yeah,
what's
probably.
Gonna happen.
Yeah. You know me too well.
I do.
I get excited and then I play it for like an hour and I'm like,
Well, you weren't like super hyped to begin with on it, so I mean, I get that.
Well, I bought the game because I forgot to cancel.
I understand.
I forgot to cancel.
You could have just returned it, you know. I mean,
come on, you don't return things. Keep it for the collection.
That's true. It's how you ended up with 29 cats in your house, right?
29 cats. Well, you don't want to talk about cats, buddy. Okay, just pray your cats don't wake up.
Oh, my cats. I'm all right. If we want to talk about that, I'm cat sitting right now.
You are cat sitting.
You know, because I'm a good friend. So there you
go. You are a good friend.
But anyway.
All right, let's talk about a game that I was pretty hyped for. That you were, let's say, not hyped for. We're gonna get it. We're getting a mobile game, baby. We're getting an Elder Scrolls mobile game.
Well, you were what hype? Like this like just came out. You're excited. You're excited for it. I think is the word. Okay.
I'm hyped.
Hype is built. Hype is something that's built. You know.
All right. I'm excited. I'm hyper for it. How about that? Blades. You know. I mean,
I guess you could be hype. I guess you could be hype over this. We're mincing words. There is a Elder Scrolls Blades, an Elder Scroll mobile game coming. It looks cool. I'm not gonna try and
procedural generated. Right.
Right. The worlds and the dungeons and the whatever are going to be procedurally generated.
Yeah.
There's a town building mechanic, which is kind of cool. It is an Elder Scrolls game, right? There is character creation. You do quests. There's a town building thing, which is, it kind of lends itself to mobile. Sure.
You have 3 modes. You have the Abyss, which is like an endless dungeon, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have like an area. I think it's like an area. Was it PvP? And then you have town, which is like the story mode and town building mode. But the cool thing that I'm excited about is you can play it in VR, you can play it on PC, you can play it on consoles, you can play it on mobile, and you could all play together. So I could be on my mobile, I could be on my iPhone playing you when you play in VR.
Yeah, I mean you
That's
you
cool.
We could. Oh, it's certainly cool. It's certainly cool. But I am not going to play this game.
Come on, that's fucking cool. I'm sorry. Let's go there. That's fucking cool.
I'm not saying it's not. I am not setting foot in Tamriel.
Come on, you're gonna put that. You're gonna put that sexy. You're gonna put that sexy ass PSVR headset on. Hopefully it plays PSVR. And you're gonna play me when I play on my iPhone.
I mean, look. It's just a game that's not for me. All right, that's exactly what I'll say.
Well,
I may download it and try it out just to make sure it's not for me. But yeah.
Well, it's coming out this fall for free. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure, don't know how they're gonna monetize this. Advertisements all over.
No, that's right, because it is like a free to play thing. There may be.
Customization.
There could definitely be microtransactions for outfits and whatnot. If they want to keep the game a level playing field, it'd probably be like special outfits. If they don't, then you
To
could
get
just,
in
like,
different quests, maybe costs. If you
sure,
have like special
or
quests
like
that
if
may cost
if you
something.
want to get special armor and weapons and whatnot, you can just pay. Who
Yeah.
knows? Who knows?
All right, so we got all that stuff out the way. Let's get into the good stuff. Let's get into the juicy stuff.
Well, I mean, we got some more. There's definitely some more Elder Scrolls talk. They were definitely big on the Elder Scrolls, right? They said there's like new content coming to Elder Scrolls Online, which apparently people are still playing.
Well,
They
of
got
course.
they got new content to their card playing game, Elder Scrolls Legends, which came out fairly recently. So they're still hyping all that up. So the 3 new Elder Scrolls projects.
Don't forget about the 4th Elder Scrolls project. It was 4. It was
Oh
4.
yeah.
There's one that I was really hyped for, and I know you are too. And if
yeah?
you're out there, if anybody orders from Amazon, now you have a new Elder Scrolls Amazon Echo game.
Oh God, get out of here.
Only if that was real.
great.
Only if that
was
was real.
Key, they got Key and Peele fame to be the guy playing Elder Scrolls on Alexa, which is funny, and then proceeds to destroy his whole entire living room.
I honestly, I gotta be honest with you, for like a second, I thought this was like real when it was.
Well, I was like half paying attention. I thought it was like integration with whatever, like Elder Scrolls Online or whatever, that you could have Alexa like tell you stuff about what's going on in the game, because they do that with Destiny. Right?
Oh yeah, they
Destiny
do.
has Alexa integration, so I was like, "Oh shit!" But no, they were like making it its own thing. It's like, you have 0 health potions left. Oh.
I really thought it was real. I thought it was real for like a second.
It was great. Alexa, how many cheese wheels do I have left? You have 269 cheese wheels. All right. Eat all the cheese wheels, please. And then his wife's like, "Aren't you lactose intolerant, honey?" It's like, damn it.
It's not real. It's a game.
Yeah.
Alexa. Anyway. All right. Let's get into the juicy stuff. Okay. Let's get into the juicy stuff. We got a new Wolfenstein game. All right. We had
got
the
more
Old
than
Blood.
one new Wolfenstein game.
Well, it's sort of standalone DLC, right? We had Wolfenstein: The Old Blood last time. It's sort of like a standalone mission DLC that was his own seat. It came out as his own game. Now we got the Young Blood. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're playing as his twin daughters.
Yeah, which I didn't know he had kids. Spoilers.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't beat the game.
Yeah, same.
I'm waiting for the Switch version to come out. Yes, I said it. I have it for PS4. I'm waiting.
Which we did get a release date that's coming out June 29th at the end of this month.
Yeah, it's coming out this month. The game is co-op.
Mm-hmm. Set in the 1980s, no less, which is going to be awesome.
I can't wait for this game to come out, and I'm going to play this too. This actually looks like something that I would play. I was kind of lukewarm on the Wolfenstein games, but
really?
it's a little an alternate sort of what if the Nazis won? I was kind of on it. The first one, it was kind of boring, like the first hour of the game.
Yeah. I mean, it took a little bit to kick up. Then it got like super crazy. You go to the moon at one point. You go to the moon.
I know. So the second game, I'm waiting for the Switch.
On the moon.
The second game, I'm waiting for the Switch. I played it at when Bethesda sort of had like their event at PAX East this year. Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely psyched for this. Playing in Youngblood.
Yeah.
And they also have a VR game, a VR version, Cyberpilot, Wolfenstein Cyberpilot.
Yep. Which I guess is just you and like a biplane or whatever, flying around, killing Nazis in the air. Which awesome. I'll take it.
They didn't have any gameplay footage of any of that stuff.
They didn't really say much. Youngblood, they didn't have much on either. They had a little bit of a trailer for it. But that's a 2019 release. Cyberpilot, I think, also 2019.
Well, 2019, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then the worst kept secret. Okay, Fallout 76.
Well, this is. I mean, they purposely put out.
They put out
the little trailer. They had their Twitch stream going on for a day with nothing but just a screen and the little Pip-Boy bobblehead, and then people would come in and out every now and again, and then eventually they're like, bam, brand new trailer.
Yeah, but
a lot of people.
We didn't know what the game was really going to be. I mean, we thought it was going to be an online game, but we saw no actual gameplay footage of it.
Right. A lot of people were speculating that this would be like a sim style game where you kind of build and decorate your vault, which it does have some of those features. You can like build your own little domicile and have your own little like place.
This is sort of like a multiplayer online game, Bethesda style, right? Because you can play the game by yourself if you want.
Yeah, I mean it is very much it is like the other Fallout games, but every character is a real person. Right?
Yes.
So I wonder like doing this like single player solo style, like I wonder if that's going to hobble the experience at all, because like it's meant to be played together, co-op, and there's like PvP areas and whatnot. I don't think you're going to get the full experience playing alone, but that's just me.
Well, they're going to have 100% dedicated service to this game. They're looking to really support this for years and years and years. It takes place. It's the prequel to all the Fallout games, right?
It is. It is before the events of the first one.
And it's set in West Virginia.
Yeah, which is awesome. I think that's a really good backdrop for it.
And some of the lore of West Virginia, some of the myths, sort of mythical creatures and stuff will be in the game. So they brought that to life, which is pretty cool. And if you die, it doesn't mean you don't lose any of your progression. You keep that.
There is no permadeath. So if you die, you come back, you can get your stuff again and all that, which is great, And it is also coming out this year too. It is coming out November 16th.
14th.
November 14th this year.
Yes.
2018. So look forward to that. This Christmas one. This holiday season.
I didn't even know
the OG Christmas.
Christmas.
The OG Christmas.
Yeah, just say Christmas. That's we know that's the one.
Well,
when it's 2, you put your Christmas 2. Then it's the second.
I'm gonna call it Christmas 1. ONE. The original Christmas. Just like Xbox.
And then they did something that they normally don't do, right? They started sort of announcing games that are far out.
Oh, right? Yeah.
Because I'm sure they got tired of people asking them over and over and over about it, right?
Yeah. Well, so, they pulled the Steve Jobs. He's like, and one more thing.
And one more thing. Well, in this case, 2 more things.
I know.
They announced they have new IP, a new single player, and they made sure to emphasize it's a new single player game for next gen. So this is a game that's not coming out anytime soon. It's coming out next gen, unless everyone announces next gen consoles, tomorrow. Starfield. All right, and we got a logo. At least now we got a logo.
We knew this was in production for a while. This was their space game. Is it coming? When is it coming? So now we know it's definitely in production.
And then he dropped a bombshell on us. Well, a little bomb, just a mini nuke.
They had to. I knew this was coming. This was in the bag.
Well, this was they announced it. Well, they announced it. We got a logo.
Elder Scrolls 6. Yeah, we didn't get a name of the world, what part it's going to be in. I think it's Argonian. I think that's what people are saying. It's going to be in that realm. But yeah, Elder Scrolls 6. We got some CG. Got a nice little flyover of the world. It looks beautiful. And that's it.
That's
it.
That's
so
all,
that game is in production. We'll hear more about it next year. It
is the worst kept secret. Listen.
Well, everyone knows it's coming.
That is the theme of this industry. The worst kept secret. We all know they're working on it.
Of course.
All right, Dave. So we heard some good and we heard some great.
Mm-hmm.
What would you rate Bethesda's conference?
I'm gonna rate this conference a B.
Whoa.
Bethesda is a badass. There you go. Boom. End of the show. Now, guys, one more thing. Elder Scrolls 6. Boom. New Wolfenstein content. Yes. New Elder Scrolls content. Yes. Doom 2, Hell on Earth. Yes. Oh, they just punch after punch. I was like, this is the conference. This is the conference that EA wishes they had.
It was. No,
Mm-hmm.
listen, I really liked it too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if I had to, I would rate it E.
What would you get?
I would rate it E. Rated E for Exalted.
Exalted. Ooh, I like
And
it.
bringing out the dictionary, baby.
Tip the crown. Tip the crown. Uh-huh.
All right.
Bethesda
High
had a
praise.
Had a strong
High
showing.
praise.
Mm-hmm.
Held it in high esteem.
Mm-hmm.
Even when they show a mobile game, they get you hyped.
Right.
Get hyped.
You know.
Oh, wait. Speaking of mobile, we forgot one important thing. Fallout Shelter. It's coming to the Switch and PS4.
Fallout Shelter coming to the Switch, right.
Totally forgot about that.
Whatever, Fallout Shelter, sure, but it's
126 million people played that game.
It's Bethesda showing support for the Switch, so I'll take it.
I'll take it. All right. So why don't we take a break? And when we come back, we'll get into the big dogs. We'll get into Xbox. And we're back again. Let's get into it. Let's get into Microsoft, baby. Let's get into the heavy hitters. They started off with a bang. They started off Halo sort of teaser. It was a cinematic trailer. We didn't see any gameplay or anything like that. But we got a name.
Halo Infinite, baby. Not 6. Not called Halo 6.
Yes,
Halo
here we
Infinite.
go. A sequel, not that's dropping the number, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
But very much a continuation of the story. Very much it had Master Chief in the little teaser trailer. So it's definitely going to be a full-fledged Halo game. Continuing the story of Chief and maybe Spartan Locke.
He was nowhere in. Well, I mean, it was too early to tell, but
yeah.
I think they're listening. Microsoft listens to their fans, and they pretty much in unison said we just want to play as Chief.
Yeah. I honestly thought this. I honestly thought this was going to be like Scalebound coming back, right? Because it was in the desert and all that, and I was like, no.
Well, we saw the rhinos. I was just like, what is this? Is this Halo? Like you saw the Halo in the dirt, right? But
yeah.
I was like, is it Halo? And then you saw the animals. I was like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
And then you just see, well, we see Master Chief's face, right? His helmet. He was holding his helmet this time.
Mm-hmm.
Will he talk? Will he talk?
Not. I mean, he has definitely talked before, very, very briefly, but I think they kind of want to go. I think their whole MO is like the silent protagonist with Master Chief, like you are the chief, But we could see him without the helmet.
I think we'll see him without the helmet. I think it's time. I think they want to do something big.
Yeah.
I mean, go big or go home, baby. Go big or go home.
Mm-hmm. But that was an awesome way to kick the show off. They're like, we haven't forgot about Halo. Halo is coming. They didn't really tell us anything other than here we have this awesome trailer, and that was it. They didn't even really speak further on it. They're just like, there we go, boom.
Yeah. They had to shut everybody up.
Yeah. They're like, look, Chief is coming. We're making another Halo game.
And then they showed Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and that's coming in 2019. That's kind of disappointing. I figured that game would be, because we heard about that last E3. I figured that would be a little bit more further along and come out this year.
Yeah, seriously,
So I'm slightly disappointed at that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got an exclusive, I guess, trailer. You know how Xbox does it. I'm sorry, listen, I got exclusive, but you got to make sure you read the all of the fine print. Exclusive.
Well, okay.
Like
I mean, they did what they did last year. The conference was very much like last year, right? And they said, I believe the numbers are 15 exclusive games shown on the floor, 18 world premieres. As in, some of these games you haven't seen before, but are multi-platform, right?
No. It was 50 games.
Oh, 50?
18 exclusives.
18 exclusives.
Yes.
Okay. 50 games total. 18
50 games
exclusives.
total that they
Those
showed.
are good numbers. Those are good numbers. And
So-
and a lot of those were like, this is your first time seeing it, you know.
So we got from Software. Was it Sekiro? Shadows Die Twice.
Right. Very, very, very James Bond subtitle. These are the guys that did Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. James Bond and Dark Souls collide. Shadows Die Twice. Coming out 2019.
Sure. Yeah. It's very much Souls in. I don't necessarily want to say feudal Japan, but it definitely had a Japan themed backdrop to it.
Oh, let's just be honest. Let's be honest. When we saw the trailer, the first thing I thought of, I thought Ghost of Tsushima was a PlayStation exclusive.
I thought the same thing. I can't believe it. I was like, wait a minute.
I thought this was totally Ghost of Tsushima. I was like, what is this?
How is it multi-platform? No, but I mean, yeah. So, Bloodborne was PlayStation exclusive. From Software, Microsoft, inked a deal. This game. Xbox exclusive, which is awesome because they need more exclusive games.
Whoa! Wait, rewind. I don't think this was an Xbox exclusive. I think this was like I think that they exclusively showed it off for the first time. I don't think.
I'm pretty sure they said Microsoft exclusive.
No, because game. No. Well, spoilers. We haven't seen the Sony conference, but I said that they were coming out with Bloodborne 2 because there was a teaser last year of sort of. We didn't know what it was, but it looks like this is that game. Mm-hmm. So I don't think we're getting a Bloodborne 2. I think this is the game. I don't think it's an exclusive. We could obviously we'll check that out, but I think this was exclusively shown at Xbox. I don't think this is an actual Xbox exclusive.
You are correct. It is coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC. In 2019, I am mistaken. So there you go. This was one of their world premieres or whatever, or world exclusives or whatever. Because nobody had seen this game yet, and we didn't really have. No one knew anything about this. No one knew what they were doing. Danny thought there was a Bloodborne 2 on the way, which probably not the case. But
and watch tomorrow they announced a Bloodborne 2, and
they could, and you'd be right on that prediction.
And nothing to do with the trailer. Right? That obviously was this game. Uh-huh. So anyway, another game which was sort of a launch, not launch exclusive, but like world premiere exclusive. The new Life is Strange game in the Life is Strange universe, right? Was it Captain Spirit?
I believe the official name is The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, which is the game in the Life is Strange universe, which is awesome, and it's free.
Wait, what? No way.
I believe they said the game is 100% free.
No way. That part we got to check. I did not.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 100% free. Look it up.
Oh well, listen, if it's free, they didn't put a release date on it either, did they?
I believe it is 2019, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, it's just going to be a free download.
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm.
No, Life is Strange: The Awesome Adventure of Captain Spirit coming June 26th.
Oh, there you go. Coming out very, very soon then, and free to download. So
it is coming out very soon.
Right? That's an awesome win for Microsoft.
It was coming out for Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
Mm-hmm.
And they just kept hitting us with more games, and more games.
I mean, 50 games showing. So
we Crackdown 3. We got a new trailer. Looks awesome. Mm-hmm. Looks better. And it's coming out in February.
Yep. We knew it wasn't going to be 2018. They already announced that it's going to be next year, but it'll be Christmas too. It'll be that big February month when everything's coming out.
Oh my God! It's coming out in February. February is going to be a big month. Wow.
I know, man. I know it's going to be crazy. Terry Crews back again.
Terry Crews is always awesome. I mean, listen, he's in Deadpool 2. All right, they had to make a character just for him in Deadpool 2. That's how you know you're big when Marvel makes a mutant for you.
Right? Yeah, yeah. No, that's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. They showed him picking up vehicles and hucking them at various people in buildings, which was awesome. You can ride around in vehicles too, right? I think that was in that trailer too.
That was in the trailer. You can ride around in vehicles.
Yeah. It looks super cool. If it's anything like the first two, the game's gonna do real well. It just needs to come out.
Well, it needed some polish. It definitely looks better now.
Yeah. Because they're like this was going to be their flagship Xbox One X game, and it didn't look that great. It looks a lot better now.
Speaking of February, we got a release date for Metro Exodus, and it's coming. It's coming out the same day as Days Gone and Anthem, February 22nd in 2019.
Yep, that's going to be a big day.
Is this? I mean, how would you rate this? As far as we got 3 big games coming out the same day, didn't we have 3 big games come out the same day last year?
We had October 27th was like Media Blitz Day. Everything was out. Stranger Things was out, and a ton of games. Wolfenstein came out. I think Assassin's Creed came out. Mario
and this
Odyssey
little game,
came out.
a little game called Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be the same thing. I think it's going to be crazy. We
Not
have to figure out which games to buy and actually play. You know.
I don't think this is going to be as crazy because then these games are playing on the Switch.
I guess not. You're just like Switch crazy over here.
I'm Switch crazy, man. I would love it if Metro Exodus could play on the Switch, just lower graphics.
They would have to severely tone that game down. It looks pretty AF. And I don't think this is console exclusive.
Metro
right?
Exodus? No, I think it's coming out on PC too.
Well, no. I mean PlayStation.
No, it's coming out on all platforms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, they got the exclusivity to show the trailer.
Well, listen, Metro Exodus sort of, I guess, because they were at last year's E3, right?
Yeah. They also had it at the Microsoft conference.
Yeah, they got a marketing deal, right? Just like Sony, PlayStation has marketing deal with like Call of Duty. I'm sure we're going to see a big push for Call of Duty tomorrow night.
Right.
Another huge game that got sort of like we got a release date for. We've been waiting for this. We were wondering when they were going to put it, if they were even going to show a release date at E3, but they did. And it was on the Microsoft stage. So kudos to Microsoft for this. Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out January 29th, 2019.
Yep. This is the one thing. This is the one thing I can say about this game. I think the fact that they're not coming out before Christmas is going to hurt sales, right? The game is like near completion. It's almost done. They couldn't just get it for like end of November, early December. Because
this definitely should have been first 2 weeks of December,
right?
Release. Because
this is like it's all the great. It's a lot of the newer Disney properties, right? It's all the things that the kids have seen, either in the theaters or on like home movie. Everyone knows all these characters. They're like, yes, I want to play as Elsa. I want to play as Woody. I want to play as whoever. And having them not having this game ready for Christmas, I think is going to hurt sales a bit. Like it's still going to do real well, but it could do even better if it just came out like a month earlier. I think
we're definitely in agreement on this. I mean, it's coming out January 29th.
Yeah.
It definitely.
Get it? That's the question.
Yes, I will. And you know what? I said it when I announced it. I'll get it on Xbox. It's the first Kingdom Hearts game on Xbox. I got Monster Hunter on Xbox, the first Monster Hunter game to come out on Xbox platform, right? So I will get it on Xbox. Also, another game that, I don't know if I'm going to get it on Xbox, Nier Automata. Or Automata, as some people say.
Finally coming to, I do. Finally coming to Xbox. No longer exclusive.
The exclusivity obviously has lapsed. You get this is the definitive edition. You get all the DLC. It's Xbox One enhanced, and it's coming out this month. It's coming out on June 26th. Yep.
All good stuff. I may actually pick this game up now. I definitely wanted to play it for a bit. Now that it's got it's basically the definitive edition, right? Like you were saying.
Yeah, so, all the DLC.
Why not?
Of course, we got a new Forza Horizon game, right? Forza Horizon 4.
It looks gorgeous.
It's in Britain.
And they did have last year, or not last year, or when they did Forza Horizon 3, they had dynamic weather effects. They have dynamic weather effects again, but it is a world that is shared among everybody. So if you log into the game and it's fall, I log into the game, it's also going to be fall, right? So the weather effects are all synchronized. You're all playing the same game world, which is awesome, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks super cool. Like you're just kind of riding around the countryside and whatnot. And I know one thing they said, which was like really neat, is that depending on what type of season it is, the tracks will change, right? So if you're playing and you're going down a road and there's like a giant lake or body of water, if it's wintertime, that like lake will be frozen over, and then you can use that as like a pathway. Like that was really cool.
And it's coming out October 2nd. And it will be out for Games Pass. Another game that will be out for Games Pass, Fallout 4. So if you haven't played Fallout 4, fantastic game. You can play it now, just $10 a month on Games Pass. I should just work for Microsoft. Like I could just plug it $9.99.
Right.
$10.
Yeah.
Actually, in the all digital world that's coming, that I don't want to come, $10 a month, not a bad deal, right? Sounds like the best deal in games, actually.
Right, and there's like a lot of quality games on there that you can play. Like Horizon 4, a brand new game, will be on Microsoft's Games Pass when it comes out. That's fantastic.
Also, Sea of Thieves. They have new quests and more stuff that I'm done. I'm not going to do it unless Dave actually buys the game or Games Pass.
Well, we'll see. I mean, there's DLC I think coming out either this month or early next month, and then there's another DLC thing I think coming out in September. If it's enough content, then I'll certainly play it. Like that's the only reason I'm not playing it is because there's not enough stuff to do.
Also, listen, man, I am so down. I want this. I'm ready. We get a new Battletoads game. Where did that come from?
We didn't really see much out of it. But yeah, we're getting a new Battletoads.
Oh, we didn't see anything. We didn't see anything.
We barely got a logo.
Oh, Marty Sleva. I took a awkward, as I like to call all selfies, awkward selfies. He took an awkward selfie with me at PAX. He loves joking, sarcasm, Battletoads so much. He loves it. Sarcastic. Loves it so much. Please tweet at him. He loves it. Marty Sleva. McBiggity on Twitter. He loves. I gotta tweet him. Like he loves Battletoads. No, he really hates it. It's the vein of his existence. He thinks it's the worst. He thinks it's the worst game ever made.
They're very tough, and the arcade game can go die in a hole. Well, Battletoads arcade game is the worst thing because they're on record with saying like we wanted to make a game where we would just be able to suck your quarters up. Right, you die so easily in that game. It is insane. And
what type of game do you think they would make now in 20? It's coming out in 2019.
It's going to be a side-scrolling beat 'em up game, just with better graphics. Yeah,
really.
It may even just be a remake of the Nintendo game, which I wouldn't be surprised about. Which I would be okay with because that game is great, super tough, but great nonetheless.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, we got Just Cause 4. We got the trailer for that.
Yep, we definitely knew that was coming.
Honestly, if we could switch release dates between this and Kingdom Hearts, I mean, this is coming out December 4th. This is when Kingdom Hearts should be coming out, to be honest.
Exactly. I mean, it's it looks exactly like the same game, but just like the other three, just with better graphics and more things to do. So, bring it on.
Now, a game that is close and dear to our hearts. We've been waiting for this. I'm in, baby. Are you in? Tell me if you're in, Dave.
Division 2. What? You got to tell me what. Oh,
Division 2.
Of course, man. Of course. It is no longer in New York. It's set in D.C. now.
That sucks.
You're going against the government and all that. Not surprising. A little bit of change of scenery and whatnot. Hopefully, it's more than just like a 5-block radius in the heart of D.C. I need some like countryside.
Yeah, but the difference is when they were in New York, it was like snowy. You know, the conditions was like snowy and snowstorms and stuff. Like this seems more colorful, right? Like it's more colorful. It's more all the colors pop.
It's 6 months after the initial event, so we're in like the heart of spring, right? Yeah. I mean, it's
do you think they have like
DLC?
DLC? You think they have like DLC for like spring in New York or something like that, or a mission where we have to fly to New York and do something?
You really want to get back to Midtown, don't you?
I really want to get back.
You want to get back.
I want to go to the Bronx. I want to do a mission in the Bronx.
I hear you.
Or do more missions in Brooklyn, or go downtown. I want to go downtown. Come on.
Right. That game was severely unfinished.
I am all in for that.
Also, that's what, a 2019 release? It's March 2019.
It's March 16. March 16, 2019.
Yep. I think it's that. If not the exact day, that's definitely the time when the First Division came out.
It definitely came out like around March. And like what, 2016? I believe 2016.
Either 2015 or 2016.
2016. Of course, we got a new trailer for your Tomb Raider. I'm already all in. That's coming out in September.
Yep.
But we blew our minds. We knew this was coming, and Microsoft has they had the exclusive reveal of Devil May Cry 5.
Oh yeah. Dante's got a new haircut. He's got a brand new style. He's got a
missing a hand or arm.
He's missing a hand. He's got some cybernetic implants on there, and I'm about it. We didn't see any gameplay. We just got a real stylized trailer. And,
but I liked one of those trailers. Somewhere in a trailer where it's like your arm gets ripped off, right? And then like she has a robotic arm for you.
Yep.
And she's like, nope, what are you gonna do for me, right? So I hope it's like, in the beginning, you're playing with both your arms, and then you're doing a mission, and you're doing a boss battle, and he ripped your arm off, right? And now you got to, and you play a little bit with only one arm, right? Because you got to earn that robotic arm, right? So I hope it's something like that. I hope they don't just give me the robotic arm in the beginning. I hope it's something I have to earn.
I think it's gonna probably be pretty early, because I bet you it's gonna be a big mechanic of the game.
No, it can be pretty early. I just don't want it to be stage 1. Don't be level 1. Level, like, like sort of mission 4, level 4, stage 4, whatever you want to call it. Just don't do it like super. Don't do it too early. That's all.
You want a couple missions with 2 hands, and then you get rid of the hand, and you get this awesome cybernetic upgrade.
Yeah, that's what I want. Like,
you gotta earn it.
Feel it. Yeah, let me earn it. Let me feel. Let me feel that. Oh, I got this. Like I earned it. Right. Like that would be awesome. That's all I'm saying. And excuse me because I'm exhausted. It's been a long weekend. Also, we're getting more Cuphead DLC.
I know. We got a brand new character coming, which is great. Miss Chalice. Bunch of new stages, new power-ups, new bosses, all that good stuff.
Did you play the first one?
Yeah, briefly.
Did you buy it?
Briefly. Yeah, I own it. I have played the game briefly. I need to get back into it. Maybe like when the DLC comes around again.
I gotta say, it's a game that's hard to get back into.
Right? Well, difficulty's through the roof, man. I mean,
it's a hard game to get back into if you like. That's a game where you really got to get the repetitions and
you got to learn the patterns. Yeah, you got to learn the patterns.
Yeah, you got to learn the patterns. It's just. I try to get back into it, and I was like, "What do I got to do? How do I parlay again? The timing's all off. I need to really you really got to die 50 times to get it back, to get back to the level that I was. At least for me, I get back to the level I did play at when I originally got the game.
Oh, sure, sure.
And we got another exclusive premiere. We got Dying Light 2. It's a thing. It's real. It's coming out.
Yep. It looks beautiful. It's very nice. The thing that I really liked about it is they have Chris Avellone, who is heading up kind of the story and the narration and just kind of how all the missions kind of play out and whatnot. He is the Fallout guy. He is Knights of the Old Republic. He worked on Fallout 2 and Knights of the Republic 2. and those games are fantastic, and they have great stories and all the different like branching paths that you can do and the options and the choices in that game. It's heaven. So the fact that he came out to talk about that, I was like, yep, I'm in on this game.
Did you play the first one?
No, I haven't played the first game at all.
It was actually a sleeper hit. No one thought that game was going to do as well as it did. And it came out like in around April.
Yeah.
It came out in April.
Yeah, so I'm in on this. Yeah, I'm in.
Nice.
Like, I think, like, you know, like one of the things they said, Chris was talking about, there's like a mission where you can go and it's like a water mission, right? Where you have to, like, because like water is like a commodity, right? And you can kind of go one of two ways with it, right? You can say, I'm going to do this mission for the people, and I'm going to give the water back to everybody so that everybody on the surface can just have this water, right? And you do that, and then you will piss off the one faction, right? I guess like the evil faction or the whatever, the one that wants to commoditize it and make it a thing and make it a tradable item as opposed to like giving it to everybody, right? So you can go and piss them off, or you can go inside with those people, right? And then piss everybody else off. But then you turn water into a tradable commodity, right? And you can get all this water and then like trade it for other goods and whatnot. But so there's very like, you know, shades of gray type stuff going on there. Lots of different things, lots of different ways you can play out each mission, which I really like, which is one of the reasons I like the early Fallout games, because they give you like all those different options. So you do this in like a giant zombie world, like sure, right? Oh, actually, no, it's not really zombies, is it? Is it more like post-apocalyptic?
No, they're zombies. I mean, it is
okay.
post-apocalyptic zombies. Like
Right.
the world as you know it is gone, and
Right.
everyone's a zombie.
Right.
And the crazy thing is, at night they get like worse.
Yeah.
So that's why it's dying light. You want to do everything that you need to do during the day, and you don't want to be outside at night because they get stronger and faster. You know, it's like the whole thing: you get bit by a zombie, you turn into a triathlon,
right?
A triathlete.
Fast zombies. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fast zombies.
The dead style.
Another game, exclusive premiere, Bandai Namco's Jump Force.
Force or Jump Force? Jump Force?
It's Jump Force.
Jump Force. Yeah. This is in the long line of Jump games. Definitely not the first. But they're bringing together franchises like Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, and many more into a 3D fighter. Previous games.
It's like Super Smash Brothers meets anime, right?
Yeah.
It's an anime Super Smash Brothers.
Sure. I believe this is in 3D, full 3D in this case, I think. They didn't really show gameplay footage, but their trailer showed a bunch of people in a kind of broken down New York City, it looked like.
Yeah,
and
which was
weird
because
fighting each other.
They're in like real world. It's weird to see Dragon Ball Z characters in the real world.
Yeah. So this is definitely going to be good. I knew you'd be going crazy for this game.
I'm going crazy for this, but at the same time, I'm semi bummed because if this is what Goku's in, he's not going to be in Smash Brothers.
Oh, right.
I don't think they're going to put him in two different fighting games with two different fighting styles. And I don't think they would do that. I think this puts a kibosh on Ryu versus Goku.
Ryu versus Goku. I think you're right.
Super Smash Brothers.
Right. I think you're right.
So I'm happy to see the game, but I'm kind of bummed because I really wanted to see him in Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, but that was cool. It's coming out in 2019. That's all we know. Hopefully, we'll hear more. And then We Happy Few. This has been in like early access for like I don't know how long. It's been a long time, and we finally got a release date, August 8th, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I was so hyped for this game 2 years ago, right? And I played the demo.
We've been hearing about it for a couple of years. Yeah.
I played the demo.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. However, for me, it's been kind of too long. I've sort of lost some steam because I haven't really heard anything about it.
Right.
Since 2 years ago, really, since I played that first demo.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of lost a lot of luster for me. I got to be honest. But I like the trailer. The trailer, but that's not the only news that comes from this developer, Compulsion Games, right? they are now a first-party studio. They were purchased by Microsoft.
Well,
As a matter of fact,
this is one of 5 new studios, or one of 5
one of
studios.
5.
Yeah.
So, Playground, the games that all the Forza Horizon games, right?
Yep.
They are now in-house. They are now in-house. And he actually teased that they're working on a new project. And there was a rumor that they were working on a new Fable game. He gave Fable to them to work on to do something different with it, right?
Right. That's probably I think that's a high probability that has happened. The other studios, we got Ninja Theory, who's working on the Devil May Cry games. That is now an in-house studio. Like we said, Compulsion Games, Playground, Undead Labs is the other one too. They worked on State of Decay. They are now an in-house studio, and there is a 5th one as well, which I can't think of the name.
I think it was Initiative. Was it Initiative?
Oh, the Xbox Initiative or whatever. I think that was the umbrella that they were all under.
It's a new Santa Monica studio.
Right. So this is great, by the way. But this was kind of the through line of the whole entire Microsoft conference was their dedication to first party games. They're like, look, we know we don't have a lot of exclusives and whatever else. And Phil Spencer was very heartfelt, and he was like, look, we're making this happen. We got these 5 new studios in here. We're really committed. We have the Xbox Initiative. It's gonna like be a while before we see anything out of this, but Xbox knows they got to get those exclusive first party games.
Well, listen, that's not an easy fix, and it's not a quick fix, right? So it's like the Yankees, right? The Yankees, they won World Series after World Series, and then they started just trying to buy World Series by spending. They opened the checkbook and tried to get all the All-Stars into the Yankees, and they didn't win, right? But they had to clean house, and they had to get their farm system in order because they weren't bringing up fresh, young talent up from the AAA. So that's what Microsoft is doing, right? Yep. They're not going to get a quick fix, so they're going to just they got to get their groundwork in, right? Boots to the ground. They got to have to 5 new studios. Hopefully in 3, 4, 5 years, we'll start hearing about exclusive games coming out to the next gen systems, right? So is that something they can fix with this gen?
I know. And then some big bombshells at the end of the conference. There were 2 things. I think both of these things. I think a lot of people were kind of anxious for.
I was anxious for the first one. I was
waiting. Well, we got a Gears of War teaser for a new mobile game. A Funko Pop inspired themed mobile game for Gears of War is coming. Not too much more information on that, and I was all hyped because I saw the Gears logo and I was like, oh. And then I saw Funko Pop figurines and I was like, are they just putting out more Funko Pop figurines?
And I know how you love those Funko Pop figurines.
Yeah, they're everywhere right now.
Well, before we continue, just all the rumors were right. 3 new Gears games.
Right.
Gears mobile. That part we didn't know. We didn't know.
We didn't know what the third thing was, right?
Yeah.
We got the Gears. Got the Gears strategy game, tactical game, right?
It was a Gears Tactics game that no one asked for.
No, but I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Really?
And then the big one, Gears 5. Gears 5,
and
not Gears of War. The logo was just Gears 5.
We did not say it wrong. There is no of war. Is the war over?
Yeah. So it looks like they're dropping that from the title. Maybe
they're rebranding.
Possibly. Yeah. Possibly. What we did see in the trailer is Kate as a main character, and JD returning, right?
Yeah, but this is a couple of years after Gears 4 because JD seems older, right? More seasoned. He has a scar on his face. He cut his hair. He has a big beard, just like his dad. And he seems to be somewhat of a douchebag. right? Or overly protective, I would say.
Well,
Somewhat.
I don't think anyone in that universe necessarily has the right attitude, but
No, I
everyone's
love
kind of
Mar-
over the top.
I love Marcus Phoenix, man. Everyone loves Marcus.
He's a little bit over the top.
I love Marcus, and
He's a meathead. They're all meatheads.
and Marcus is he's in the game.
Yep.
You know, seeing Marcus in the background.
Marcus
was
is there.
awesome.
Dom is there. You know,
and Marcus was sort of the he was Marcus was sort of like he was there for like give that old man wisdom, right?
Sure. Yeah. He's the learned, wizened elder now. You know, because he's been through it. You know, he's been through the last 3 games fighting the locust and all that. Like, he's got wisdom to impart.
Yeah. I didn't see Dom.
I thought I saw. I thought Dom was speaking. Maybe not.
No, that was not Dom. That was definitely not Dom speaking.
Oh,
that was
okay.
Another character. It could be his son. You never know. Could be Dom's son.
Maybe. And then, well, okay. Do you have anything else to add?
I'm looking forward to that. You know how much I love the Gears franchise. That is
Gears is great. Gears is your favorite Xbox franchise. I do know that now.
That is my favorite Xbox franchise. So I was psyched. Kate's story, and so it's sort of like a side mission, right? Like it looks like you're not following. I don't know if any of the Marcus Phoenix or his son JD Phoenix are going to be playable in the game, right? It's sort of like you're going off mission to do sort of like a side story. That's what the whole game will probably be about. More focused in on her and her story. So I'm excited to play as her. They have brand new guns, and it looks like there's some cool new enemies. So I'm psyched to play this. You know, I love this. It's coming out in 2019.
Yep. We don't know when exactly. We don't have a
probably
release.
February 22nd. You never know.
No. We don't have a release year for Halo yet. We don't have a release month for Gears yet. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I am gonna predict October or November 2019 for Gears 5.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I don't know. It all depends how far Halo is along and when they actually put a release out for that, because they don't want those 2 games going head to head. They want to spread them out a little bit, at least by a couple months, if they can. And then
we thought the conference was over.
We thought the conference was over. Oh no, Phil Spencer comes out again and he says his closing remarks, and then the whole thing glitches out. Right? Everyone's like, what could this be? What could this be? As soon as I saw that and they were doing all this computer hacker stuff with red text on a black background, I was like, no, they got it. The Cyberpunk 2077 trailer.
Finally, this game is actually real.
The new game from CD Projekt Red of The Witcher fame. This is the game they've been working on since The Witcher 3. They had an awesome trailer. It's it's a cyberpunk future. It's very very Blade Runner-esque. It looks awesome. We didn't get to see any gameplay. It was just all CG trailer. But it looked it looks so good. I am definitely hyped for this.
No, you said there was a story behind the sort of hacking part, right?
Oh, yeah. Somebody ended up inverting the screen, which was black on red, and there was some hidden text behind there, and it was basically notes from the developer. It was 5 bullet points, and there was a bunch of information about the game, and they're we started working on this after The Witcher 3. This has kind of been a labor of love, this and that. They talk about microtransactions. This is a big single player game. They're microtransactions in a single player adventure game. They're get out of here. All right. And there was a couple other points about the game and whatever else. So it's very interesting. You can kind of look that up online if you want to find it. But it was kind of neat, a little hidden Easter egg at the end of the Microsoft conference. So,
all right. Well, Dave.
Yeah.
We've heard some good. We heard some fantastic things.
We did.
If you had to rate the Microsoft conference, what would you give it?
I'm gonna give it an X.
Oh my God! I knew you could do something like this.
I'm gonna give it an X for extraordinary. Boom. There you go.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Uh-huh. My spelling's not that good. I'm sorry. Giving it X for extraordinary. Yeah,
X for
man.
extraordinary.
I was. This conference, I think, is on par with the one they had last year. They came out swinging. You know, they had all these great trailers. They had all these great exclusives that they were showing at their conference. A lot of that didn't pan out very well last year, as we know. But a lot of this stuff looks strong. You know, we know a lot of this stuff isn't coming out till 2019. Sure. But yeah, I was really excited. You know,
Oh, wow.
They kicked it off with like Halo. They ended it with Cyberpunk 2077, and they threw Gears 5 in the middle. Like, I don't want to say it was a perfect conference, but I was definitely at the edge. I was on the edge of my seat.
You really? Wow!
I liked it, man. I'm
It.
sorry. You call me the Xbox fanboy. This is my Xbox fanboyness coming out in full form. All right, I ain't gonna hide it. They had a good conference. All right.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I love.
Mhm.
I love your enthusiasm. I love your enthusiasm.
Okay. So I want to hear your reading, your thoughts, your opinion on it. Because I feel like we may be a little bit not on the same page. I don't know.
I'm gonna give it a double rating.
Double?
Double rating. The first double rating in Rated G history.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give it an FC.
FC. 4.
Yes. F for fascinating.
Uh-huh.
And C for compelling.
Ooh, fascinating and compelling. I'll take it.
It started off fascinating. This
Right.
is exclusive world premiere.
Right.
Right. So it's like
cheap, baby.
yeah, it was like all right, world premiere. So we got all these games that we didn't know were gonna, exist, all these sequels, but
Mhm.
they're gonna be multi-platform.
Mm-hmm.
And it was compelling because I really enjoyed Gears 5.
Yeah.
I just like that really hit home. Like that, I was like, yeah, they got it right. Like they get like Gears 4. I really like Gears 4, but it was like more of the same. Give me a more emotional story with these meatheads, right? If you can, and
Right.
they knocked it home from the little bit that I saw.
Yeah. Out of the park. Yeah.
And again, I love the fact that they have 5 studios.
The first party support, man. Yeah.
First party support.
Yeah.
Right?
Spencer
really
came
compelling.
out. He knew.
And then I gotta be honest, when it was glitching, I was just for a half a second. I thought.
Oh, you thought they were having technical difficulties?
For a half a second, I was like, "No, you were doing so well." Oh, yes.
They flipped it on you. They flipped it on you.
Yeah.
Right? That's a solid end, right? We knew Cyberpunk was in the works. We didn't know when it was going to come out. We didn't know if they were going to show it at the E3. Would Microsoft have it? Would Sony have it? It was a big win for Microsoft to be able to kind of end the conference with that. So,
Man, I'm exhausted.
yeah, right? Oh,
I traveled 3 states to get back.
It has been a long day. It has been a long day for both of us, let me tell you. But we did it. We got through day 1 and day 2. We got all the coverage. And we do it not just for us. We do it for you guys. We do it for the fans, the listeners out there. So we definitely appreciate everything that you guys do. Love that you guys listen, that you comment, like that you guys subscribe and download and all that good stuff. So we just want to say thank you. Thank you for this fine episode. There are 2 more coming, so stay tuned. We will have a new episode out. Today is Monday, so this is dropping now. And we have a new episode coming out Tuesday, and we will end our coverage on Wednesday and then back to our regularly scheduled programs with new episodes every Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. If you want to interact and comment, you can do so on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, YouTube, and Vero at Rated G for Gamers. And you can always email us at info@ratedgforgamers.com. So please like, listen, subscribe, and as always,
Keep gaming.